CxO Global Forum is a knowledge sharing platform for all C levels across the globe. We take massive pride in our contributions to the knowledge economy with our League of Extraordinary Thought Leaders, who are not only domain experts, but those individuals who have made a considerable amount of difference in the fields that they're working in. Today, as well, we've got this very accomplished gentleman with us. His name is Mr. Mohammed Uns. He is the CEO of Swyft Logistics. Welcome to the show, Uns.
Hi, thank you so much for such a pleasant introduction, Kenzo.
Thank you very much. Uns, let's get straight to the point. Everyone's very interested in knowing you are the CEO of a very big logistics company, but where did this journey begin? You know, where did you go to school? How did you end up where you are at right now?
It's a long journey. This is my third startup. It's not the first. I started my first thing straight out of college, out of university. So I went to IBA, did my BBA. So I'm a BBA, MBA guy. I'm not a techie. So I did my startup, failed that really, really bad. Did that for 3.5 years. Then I went for my MBA. While doing my MBA, I had another thing that was a consumer intelligence company called Docket. We started very small, raised a little bit of money for that. But that did really, really well. So it was basically a consumer intelligence company that actually used to tell us how much people are spending, where are they spending, how much they've spent. So all your buying and spending patterns used to play a lot with that data. And we kind of sold that company. So one of the investors just bought me out. And I was fresh out of MBA. So money came in. I was like, wow, why not? Never seen that kind of money. Sold that. Then I went to Cheetah, worked there as head of growth for about one and a half year. And I realized, man, naukri nahi kar sakta because I've never done job. I can't work for someone. Probably I still want to do something of my own. And while staying at Cheetah, because Cheetah was a food delivery company back at that time, they had different verticals as well, and they wanted me to launch grocery for them. Because I was working, as I said, it was a consumer intelligence company. We used to work with a lot of fashion and retail brands. Because of that background, I thought if we can deliver food with Cheetah, why can't we deliver, apparel and footwear? So I went back to all of those guys, and that's where it all started. I started talking to them that let's deliver your clothes because all these conventional courier companies, they're still on pen and paper. So I got to know a lot of problems that still people used to deliver parcels. The rider used to carry a paper and a pen. That means till the time it's on paper, you can't track it. You don't know where it is. The vendor doesn't know. The customer doesn't know. It was not transparent at all. There was a cash and delivery market. So people used to sit on their cash for good 40, 50 days. So imagine the big retailers, maybe they can afford that money sitting with somebody else. But mom and pop stores, all those stores that are on Instagram and Facebook, that's their working capital. And somebody's sitting on their cash, that means they don't have money to do business. That was another problem. Then I realized there are a lot of problems with the rider side, that the riders are lying. People don't know. They end up, so let's say if they've sent out 100 parcels, 20 of those or 30 of those parcels are going to come back with a reason stating customer was not available. A rider went there, but customer didn't pick up the phone. We couldn't find the address. And a lot of the times when the brands used to call the customers back, they used to say, we never got any call. No rider showed up. We didn't even know where the parcel is. And I said, okay, this is not difficult. It's just common sense, putting a good tech stack together, and we can solve all these problems. And then we don't want to make money on their cash. Why not we just give them money back? So that's how it all started. The Swyft journey we launched.
Right. What exactly does Swyft Logistics do?
Logistics is a parcel delivery company. We work as a last mile, or you can say third party logistics company with all e-commerce businesses. So if you want to get stuff delivered, we deliver it. We get it delivered. So how different we are from everybody else is we are a techified version of all these pain points. And I'm so proud of saying it that we pushed the whole industry to give cash into this. Now you talk to any e-commerce player, I get my cash within a week average. Because when we came in, we started giving cash back the next day, because when everything is tracked, it was very easy for us to monitor that cash and give it back instead of all that paper and pen. The good tech we is that the right to parcel delivered radius of that pin location. So that means he cannot lie. Now the rider cannot lie. The returns have gone down. The cash is coming back on time. You can actually focus on your business, which is selling those items instead of figuring it out how to get things delivered.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing that journey. And it seems like you were definitely disruptive in the market, and Swyft has carved its own place in the market. And it's enlightening to just hear about the journey. But let's talk a little about your line of work. How important is it for one to be a strategic thinker?
I think it's strategic thinking. It's all about strategy. It's all about, this is what it's all about practically. If you ask me, every day you're managing, so you have to be a strategic thinker. You have to probably look for, or you should have a vision of at least 3 years ahead. Where are we heading? What are we doing? What are we going to do in 3 years' time? What are we going to do in 2 years' time and the next year? And then you reverse engineer. And apart from just the business, managing a team is the most difficult thing. And if you specifically ask me, what does it mean by being a strategic thinker? It's just managing a team. You have to be very strategic while hiring people. You have to be strategic while firing people. You have to be strategic while making your existing employees grow. Because when we started Swyft, the first thing we did was we figured out that we're not going to hire anyone from the industry. And that was like the first strategic move we did. And I'm so glad that as of today, out of 400 something employees, we only got one guy who's from the industry, and he was rebellious of the industry, never liked the industry at all. So that was like the best move we could do. And that actually showed that we don't have that baggage of the knowledge that came from 20 years of experience of the industry. So we started doing things on our own way. We learned it was a hard way to do it, and hard way to expand and hard way to grow. But that learning was great. Like, we now know what supply chain is, but we learned it our way. We didn't learn it the way everybody else was doing. क्योंकि वो हमें लगता था
different sort of perspective that you're bringing completely. And I remember in our FinCom summit right now as well, you were part of a very important panel discussion, and I was taken aback by some of your answers, because it was just out of the box, completely different, giving a fresh perspective. So hats off to you and your team. Moving on a little further, Uns, my question to you is, for example, now when we talk about the logistics market, right, we know that it is fairly new in Pakistan, linking tech to logistics. But What are some of the recommendations or advices that you have, number one, for the governments, and number two, for new entrants that are coming into this space?
For new entrants, I'll pick that first. Logistics is difficult. So if people think that we'll wake up in the morning and we know, let's say, 20 e-commerce players are my friends sitting there and I'm going to get that business and do it right away, it's very difficult. It gets more difficult once you expand because it's not only logistics, it's managing 700 hubs and warehouses and offices every day. So for all the new entrants, they should keep in mind that we might start from a city, which we also did. We started from Lahore and we thought, oh, this is so easy. Why was it so difficult for everyone? But the moment we went above 200 cities, we realized, oh, this is actually difficult because this line haul, intercity deliveries is difficult. Sending parcels from Lahore to Karachi is difficult. From Karachi to Peshawar is difficult. And then, as we promised that we're going to be the best, now we have to maintain that service level as well. It was very easy maintaining it within few metropolitan cities. But imagine delivering a parcel in Bhakkar where the addresses are not right, where the customer's phone number is not right. And we promised the brand that, what, we'll deliver in Bhakkar, or you can name all the small towns and cities, or maybe we might deliver to some Chuck 572. There are no addresses over there. वहाँ पर आपको शायद किसी एक मियाँ साहब के पास जाना पड़ेगा और वो मियाँ साहब बताएंगे कि ये बंदा कहाँ रहता है, या किसी चौधरी के पास जाना पड़ेगा और वो चौधरी बताएगा कि ये बंदा कहाँ रहता है. Then it gets very difficult because now the brand doesn't care. What he cares is that I've got an order from some Chuck 572 and now this needs to get delivered because everybody else could do it. Why can't you do it? So that's difficult. Training the riders and managing 100 riders is very easy. Now we have around 2,000 riders, and 2,000 is spread among all cities of Pakistan. It's आपको Islamabad ka rider would be a different person to Lahore, to Karachi, to Peshawar, and then small towns. They're very different people. So managing all these guys, it's a very difficult thing. You need constant trainings. फिर आपको बहुत tweaked trainings करवानी पड़ती हैं. आप कराची वाले बंदे को शायद पेशावर वाली ट्रेनिंग नहीं करवा सकते, ऑल्दो काम दोनों एक जैसा करता है, लेकिन उसकी ट्रेनिंग डिफरेंट है, लाहौर वाले की डिफरेंट है, कराची वाले की डिफरेंट है. फिर स्मॉल टाउन्स, cities within South Punjab is very different. Central Punjab is very different. South of Karachi is different. North of Karachi is different. Quetta is different. Peshawar is another league. So managing all of this for new entrants, keep this in mind. If you want to jump into this, अब 5 साल तो भूल जाए, जिंदगी में कुछ और कर सकते हैं. Like I can tell, it's been 3 years almost. We can't imagine doing anything else right now. That's it. This is what we do all day long.
So, listening to what you told us so far, I want to accolade you and give you that appreciation for, first of all, creating those 2,000 plus new jobs for riders. I know that it seems like you've been at it and you've been working maybe 25 hours in the day, but it's great in terms of the impact that Swyft Logistics is creating. And CxO Global's whole team wishes that, inshallah, you'll be creating 10,000, more than maybe 1 million jobs in the future. All the best to you in that regard. However, you also spoke about something that's very interesting for startup founders, where they feel like all they have to do is just work to make the dream work, right? So, in terms of your personal life, I'm going to ask you, for the sake of the interest of our audience, who is Mohammed Uns apart from being the CEO at Swyft Logistics?
Who am I? That's a difficult question. The last time I answered this question was maybe in school. Write an essay about yourself. But I'm a fun-loving guy. I play cricket. I play football. I play tennis. I I love going out of Pakistan sometimes because when you're exhausted, you just need a break. Um, so I I love IKEA. I love shopping for um, probably decoration pieces, and I love collecting paintings. I'm a coin collector. I've got probably 40,000 coins in my
Wow,
collection.
that's an interesting observation. We would love to see your coin collection one day, or
Yeah,
listen.
sure.
That's very interesting once. And coming from a hardcore logistics startup founder, at least I could have never imagined that you're probably an avid collector of paintings and collector of coins as well. Any
Yeah,
one two particular interesting coins that you have in your collection that probably others don't?
I've got a coin of 1400th century that goes back
Wow.
to our prophet. Um, and I've got a coin, the coin that Abraham Lincoln gave to someone. I forgot the name, but that goes back a long way too. So those are like my two best coins. If just put them in a box, separate from everything else. And then there are
Wow.
coins from every other country. I've got the currencies as well from any denomination that goes back to 200 years.
Wow, that's remarkable. And I'm sure a lot of our CxO Global TV audience is just as amazed as I am. So, what inspires you, Uns?
Some, I guess, new challenges. Um, जिस- जैसे अब उर्दू में कहते हैं, पंजाबी में हम कहते हैं कि आप वेले नहीं बैठ सकते. That's my problem. I can't sit idle. So if I'm like, as we're doing Swift, it's difficult to manage things every day, but few of those things are on autopilot now. Because there's the same monotonous thing you're doing every day. When I get tired, I really want to find something challenging. तो हम कभी DVCs बना लेते हैं, कभी नए वीडियो कमर्शियल्स बना लेते हैं, कभी एम्प्लॉयज के साथ कुछ करते हैं, कभी राइडर्स के engagement program शुरू कर देते हैं, कभी internship program, कभी MTO program. So for me, anything that is a challenge and anything that makes me sit on my toes, that's inspiring. When people come to me and say, you know what, this is not possible, that's my inspiration. Because I think अगर आप दिमाग में कुछ सोच सकते हैं, anything that can be thought of, that's possible. अगर आपने सोच लिया है तो इसका मतलब है ये possible है, वरना आप सोच ही नहीं सकते था. That's something that really inspires me. Whoever, wherever, whatever he's thinking, or anywhere in any part of the world, if somebody thinks that this is impossible, I would love to take that challenge up.
Right. Thank you very much for sharing that. And moving on, what we would also like to know, because you are a successful entrepreneur, you are a C-level, what is your life's motto? What has it been?
This is a difficult question. So my life's motto, I guess, is if, let's say, we started this company with 10 guys, and out of these 10 guys, 4 of them were the people who've been with me since my first startup. And I really want at least 20 entrepreneurs, leaders to become successful enough that they've been working with me and I can help them. In fact, I was telling you in that FinCom thing as well that one of our finance guy, he was our finance manager. He's just started his own business, and we're like, don't quit. You know what? Just keep working here because you might need this money. But at the side, just keep growing your business. And once it's grown enough, we'll let you go. And in the meantime, we'll help you, all of us together, to establish your own business. So my motto is, if you can actually create 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever the number, leaders in this world, entrepreneurs in this world, and good people with good work ethics, with in general good ethics, and people who can hire women, people who can hire men, people who can be diverse in every field, and they should know what marketing is. Like our core team, which is like 10, 15 people, they know marketing, finance, HR, admin, ops, anything. So if you pick any one of those guys and give them anything, they will do it. They won't say, this is not my job, this is not my department, I can't do it, I don't know how to do it. That's kind of my success. That's kind of our competitive advantage as well. And that's my motto: create at least 20, 30 people who can actually impact the world. Second is, I just want to, my motto is to sleep with nothing in my mind. Agar aap sukoon se so sakte raat ko, that means you've done something good in life. That means there are no regrets. There's nothing to be.
Right. Uns, I think we're having a bit of trouble hearing you. Could you please check your connection again? Right, ladies and gentlemen, please bear with us. We're just going to urge Mr. Mohammed Uns to connect one more time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I lost you.
That's all right. We're back. We lost you there for a couple of seconds as well, but you were saying something extremely impactful about going to sleep clear-headed. And I think that is very important for all entrepreneurs and individuals working in high-pressure jobs, because I face it as well. You know, all the time we're doing so many things together, especially post-COVID with work from home and the culture of employment and employees changing. I feel it's so important. So, thank you for bringing that to our knowledge as well. Moving on. Now, I've got something very interesting planned for our audiences. I do this rarely, but I thought it would be interesting to do with you. We've got a rapid fire. So, how this will work is I will name an organization or a concept or a phrase, and then you have to tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, right? Are you ready?
Okay.
We have to make this candid and we have to make this quick, right? So,
sure.
Starting with number 1, Daraz.
Marketplace.
Number 2, Cheete.
Grocery.
Number 3, Finja.
Fintech.
Number 4, Kist Pay.
BNPL.
Number 5, Riders.
New Logistics.
Now, the last one, CxO Global Forum.
Networking.
Great. Thank you so much. And moving on, it's been a very, very enlightening session with you. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. A lot of times in official interviews, people will be talking about a lot of technical information with you, which we did in our FinCom Summit as well. But this particular session was about your journey from startup to success. And we hope and pray that there are many more achievements that come your way. Please keep contributing to the knowledge economy. Please keep creating more jobs. And towards the end, I would like to ask you, what do you think is the utility of forums like CxO Global?
I think it's platforms like CxO, they give good opportunity to connect. It's not only like I guess at this stage, most of the people already, but sometimes you may want to find it. I think, and this is what CxO has helped me as well in finding good people, good talent, because finding talent in Pakistan is very difficult. Um, you can share CVs around, finding jobs for someone who probably is leaving your company or might want to rejoin, which we do, but sometimes the position is already filled. Then platforms like these really help because now it's coming. So it's like CEOs to CEOs talking to each other where they can actually recommend people. They can help each other. Sometimes you need contacts. They can help. Sometimes you're trying to figure out कि ये चीज कहाँ से मिलेगी या ये चीज कैसे हो सकती है. There are like-minded people who can really help you right away. So it's a good platform, which if in a nutshell it's networking, but it has a broader, you can say, a broader perspective as well, which is all of these things. It helps you in HR, it can help you in marketing. So you can use and utilize it the way or whatever the way you want it. It depends what do you want out of this. So for me, it has been really helpful. It has been really up on the toes because I found good talent through this group. I have figured out a few jobs for a few people who we thought that we may not need them right now, but this is like another thing in our company that if we have to fire someone, we have to find him a job of the same scale. We don't fire people right away. So for that, CxO has helped me a lot.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Uns, for your time and for those wonderful words. Indeed, just like you said, CxO Global Forum is not just a knowledge sharing platform or not just for networking, but it's so much more. For those of you who want to join, please visit our website and get in touch. And please keep watching CxO Global Forums TV. And we'll keep enlightening you. Do share your comments and feedback with us. Thank you once again, Uns, for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and
gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you all for today.